I do. First brief. State your registry.
Become a mod by Yahweh by Yasharala.
Become a mod by Yahweh by Yasharala. Well, before that.
La Yasharala.
He said it was 1 and 2. Yeah.
We'll do the prayers. We'll get into the prayers. Abayim, Wakon Hakwadam, face to east. We'll start with the Lord's Prayer.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwatka. Tawa'ah. Batazayka. Hayah. Aisha. Baharatazah. Kawah. Hayah. Bashemayim. Latanlanau. Lakam. Gal. Yawam. Wasalaknau. Kabawathnau. Kabawathnau. Wala'ah. Tawayainau. Banasai 1. Abal. Awashainau. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wala'ah. Wahata Apara. La'aya Walam. Amen. In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory forever. So be it. That's the power. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Baba Kashai. Latanlanau. Hakak. Larapa'ah. Wakal Madawa. Hakak. Hatahar. Hamatazari. Hakak. Lahakwim. Mahathim. Hakak. Al-Rakawat. Hamata'ala. Lagarishan. Mahashem Yahushai. Tawarat. In English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power
to raise the dead.
The power
against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you.
So be it.
Bless Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Barak Lanau.
Wayasharala.
Wahabayat.
Wahabayat.
Saparium. Barak. Rapa'ah. Magun.
Hagun.
Bahashim Yahushai.
The water Aman.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 121. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Al-Haharium. Mahayan. Yaba'ah. Isaiah. Ma'ain. Yahweh. Asha. Shemayam. Waharatazah. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Ragalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarika. Ana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shawamar. Yasharala. Yahweh. Shamarika. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al-Yad. Yamyaka. Yamawam. Hashamash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Bayalah. Yahweh. Yashamarika. Kalrai. Yashamar. Afnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Tazaaka. Wabawa'aka. Ma'aith. I in the English. I will lift up mine eyes. Unto the hills. From which cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee. Will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy shade. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from evil. All evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. Even forevermore. Psalm 83. Alahayim. Al-Damalal Laka. Al-Takarash. Al-Tashakwat. Al-Kayahana. Awa Yaka. Yahama. Yawam. Ra'ash. Al-Amaka. Let's see. Ya'ira. Yawam. Let me see it. So like it. Ya'ira. Yamwa. Sawadah. Wayatha. Ya'ai Tazawah. Al Tazapon one Yaka. Amarwa. Lakawa. Wanakakidam. Magalia. Wala'ah. Yazakar. Sham Yasharala. Iwada. Kaya. Na'ai Tazawah. Nakadwa. Al-Yaka. Bariyat. Yakaraswa. Alahaya. Ahmad. Adawam. Wayashimai. Alayam. Mawa'aba. Wahagarium. Gabar. Wa'amawan. Wa'amalak. Falashah. I'm Yeshavia. Tazawar. Gamashawar. Nalawa. Ma'ain. Hayawa. Zarawai. Labanya. Lawat. Salah. Ashalaham. Kamadian. Kasaya Sara'ah. Kayabian. Banakal. Koyash one. Nashimadwa.
Bayan.
Bayan.
Ba'ayan.
Bayan.
Da'ara.
Da'ara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Nadaya Mawa.
Nadaya Mawa.
Kayara.
Kayara.
Waka Zaaba.
Waka Zaaba.
Waka Zabak.
Waka Zabak.
Waka Tazar.
Waka Tazar.
Mana'ai.
Mana'ai.
Kal Nasaya Kamwa.
Kal Nasaya Kamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Naya Shara.
Naya Shara.
Nanawa.
Nanawa.
Nana Awat.
Nana Awat.
Alahayam.
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 Shatamwa.
Shatamwa.
Kagagula.
Kagagula.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya Raka.
Lapanya Raka.
Kayash.
Kayash.
Taba'ara Ya'ira.
Taba'ara Ya'ira.
Wakala Abba. Wakala Abba.
Wakala Abba.
Talahat. Talahat.
Talahat.
Hayaram.
Hayaram.
Khan.
Khan.
Taradatma.
Taradatma.
Basairika.
Basairika.
Wabasa Wapaska.
Wabasa Wapaska.
Talahalam.
Talahalam.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wayabashwa.
Wayabashwa.
Wayabahawa.
Wayabahawa.
Hayai.
Hayai.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Kaya Ata.
Kaya Ata.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Labatka.
Labatka.
Al Yanawam.
Al Yanawam.
Al Kahara Arataza.
Al Kahara.
In the English. Keep not thou silence.
Keep not thou silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo.
Thy
enemies have made a tumble.
Thy enemies make a tumble.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said.
They have said.
Come.
Come.
And let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
And the name of Israel.
And the name of Israel.
May be no more remembrance.
May be no more remembrance.
But they have consulted together.
But they have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Eden.
The tabernacles of Eden.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gebal.
Gebal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
And the Philistines.
And the Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Asher also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabbin.
As to Jabbin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make them like nobles of Arab.
Make them like the nobles of Arab.
Make their nobles like Arab.
Make their nobles like Arab.
And like Zed.
And like Zed.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes as Zabah.
All their princes as Zabah.
And as Zalmunna.
And as Zalmunna.
Who said,
let us take to ourselves. The
houses of Yahweh.
The houses of Yahweh.
In possession.
In possession.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As a stubble before the wind.
As a stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded. And troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh. Art the Most High. Over all the earth.
Which means turn. Be seated. Let me show you.
weed. That's toast. Yeah. Start Genesis 25.
Book of Genesis, chapter 25, in the Hebrew, verse 1. Lock it. Isupk Abraham Wayakwak Aisha Washam Ha Kwa Watawa Ra Watalad Lawa Ha Zamaran Wa'a Wakashan Wa'a Madan Wa'a Madayan Ma'a Washabak Wa'a Shawak. Verse 3. Wayakwashan Yalad Shabak Wa'a Adam Wabanyam Dadan Hayawa Ashararam Walat Washan Walaamyam. Verse 4. Wabanyam Madayan Sayapa Wa'apar Wakwanka Shalakia Wakwanka Wa'abayadai Wa'ala the I ya ha cow al ha bunyam Watawa Ra'a Wayatan Abaram cow Aishar Lawa Wayataza Kak Wayab Slakia Walabanyam Kapaya Lagash Yawam Aishar Slakia Aishara La'abara Slakia La'abara Hum Wata Abraham Matawath Slakia Matanath Wayasha Lakam my all Yatazak Slakia Latazak Banwa Ba'a Wadanwa Kaya Karamai Al Arataza Padam, verse 7. Wa Allah Yamaya Shamya Kayaya Abraham Asherah Waya Ma'ai Shaya Washabai Yum Shaya Shana Wakamash Shanyam.
All right, Genesis chapter 25, verse 1. Then again, Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah.
Read that again.
Then Abraham took a wife.
Then Abraham did what?
Took a wife.
Took another wife?
And her name was...
Salaki said, then again.
Then again, yeah. Then again, Abraham took a wife.
What does again mean?
It means he had one wife already.
That means he had one already. So to do something again, that means you had to have done it already. He was married already. This is how you cut the Christian church by letting them know once again. If you think about it, America is really the only place where the white man tells you can't have but one wife. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because he knows damn well if a black man, Hispanic man, was to have multiple wives, that's a form of birth control that he got over us. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's how he cut us down and stop us from multiplying at the rate we're supposed to multiply in. And then he put Planned Parenthood in your neighborhood. You know what I mean? So he got all kinds of forms. He putting syphilis in our bodies, putting all kinds of diseases upon us. That's ravaging our reproductive cycles and at the rate we reproduce.
Right.
To make sure that we don't our nation don't populate and come together the way we're supposed to and outnumber them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So go ahead.
Then again, Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah, and she bare him Zimran, and Jokshan, and Madan, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shuah, and Jokshan begat Sheba, and Dedan.
One more thing real quick. Now just imagine if if Abraham had 7 or 8 wives. He just had like 6 kids with this one.
Right.
You know what I mean? He got 6 more with the other 8.
Grandsons already.
Man, he got, you know what I'm saying? So that brother would have had like 50 kids, man. That's just from his loins. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's just from his loin alone. So say a brother like myself or like one of the brothers at the table had 5, 6 wives, which is lawful. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is lawful. And then you got 5 kids from every man. Come on, man. This nation gonna go from least to greatest. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the number of children that we be having. Go ahead, sir.
I just want to give a precept. Genesis 1:28. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply. You know what I'm saying? So that's another cut, you know what I'm saying? We can only have one wife, and the Lord told us to be fruitful and multiply.
Right.
Bring that up. So, okay.
Like this, sir, if I may. Okay. Our oppressor knows what this word says. You know, and by them attempting to limit us to one wife, they know if we don't multiply as fast or they kill us off as much as they can, they know their plan is to stop 144,000 from coming.
Right.
And the 144,000 will be sealed and with their names in their foreheads, and that's what he's trying to prevent. Like, that's all I have to say.
I love it. Go off what the brother's bringing out. It also, for the sisters, it leads them. I saw a sister post on Facebook talking about it's no good men. It's all these fatherless homes. The men is not, like, she was talking about abortion and saying she understands why don't talk about abortion if you're not going to raise the children. Whatever the hell that means, you know what I mean? What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. Right. But then she started saying, oh, well, where the men at that's leaving their kids, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, sisters is trying to find a good man. This man, that means a lot of them ain't good. So why wouldn't you get with this one good man? He got more than one wife. And, you know, it's already proven that he's a good man because he has more than one wife. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But they're going to fight over one dude that's, you know what I mean, trying to get their own dude to themselves. It's not a lot to go around.
And if I may piggyback off of that, I mean, but that's what America has taught them to believe. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, and Christianity also. Because they go to the script where it say every woman should have her own man. You know what I mean? Right. Hey, when that brother with you, that's your man. You know what I'm saying? Right, yeah. When he go to his other rib, that's her man. You know what I'm saying? And I can say every other nation, you go over there, and I don't mean to boast on these cats, but when you go over to Africa, them brothers, they got 8, 9 wives. You know what I mean? You go over to Arab, to the Middle Eastern. They understand the laws. You know what I'm saying? Right. They understand that they can have more than one wife. Only in America, the white man has done this to take our reproductive system. You know what I mean? To stop us from reproducing. He's used every cunning device that he possibly could to wipe us out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's another one of his tactics. Right.
It's a lot, if I may, and in these times the women knew, you know what I'm saying, you had more, he had that one, Abraham had more than one wife. The women knew this, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't no bickering, and you know what I'm saying, they understood what that means, you know what I'm saying? So it's just in today's time, you know what I'm saying, and what our oppressor has taught us, no, you can only have one wife with one man, you know what I'm saying, and the women live on that philosophy, you know what I'm saying, and just not knowing what our true heritage is, and coming under understanding, men can have more than one wife, you know what I'm saying. It comes with stipulations and stuff, so you know what I'm saying. It ain't like you just go get a woman and you ain't dealing with her no more, you know what I'm saying. You have to deal with your multiple wives if that's what you choose to have, you know what I'm saying. And it's not that you have to have multiple wives, you know what I'm saying. The IUPK don't teach that you have to have multiple wives, but if you want to have multiple wives, it's not against, the Most High, you know what I'm saying. He doesn't see it as a sin.
Right. And you don't have to have no wives, if you know what I mean? Right. Some brothers, you don't have to have any wives, man, to be a brother in the truth. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, and then what I can say, marriage is a modern day it's a contract anyways, you know what I'm saying? The way you get married in the United States is a populist thing, you know what I'm saying? That's how they count you and keep a number on you, you know what I mean? Right. Yeah. Keep the numbers on you. These people are together in this contract. You know what I'm saying? This contract over here, this contract. Right.
All right. Last point too. So, like, if I make something else I was thinking about this week, that if you think a marriage license validates your marriage, then you support gay marriage by default. Right. Because the government says these two homosexuals can get married. Right. So that means it's real. That means it's honorable. That means forget what the Bible says. Right. Because your oppressor says they married. The same way if you say we get a marriage license, now we married. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. All right, so
last point before we push. Hey, this the thing of a marriage is, let's get to the bottom of it. If you go through this whole ceremony with somebody, man, y'all got 100 people at the church, the pastor, all these other things, right? You go through the ceremony, all these other things. Y'all go home. You don't lay with your wife. 6 months later, you go back to the court. We want a divorce. You know what I'm saying? You ain't did that in 6 months.
You tell the judge we're going to divorce. You say, what are the? But we have not had relations. You know what I mean? He gonna say, I can't give you a divorce. You can get an annulment because you guys really ain't what? You're really not married. You didn't consummate this thing. So that paper don't mean nothing. Sex is marriage.
Right.
And that's what the UPK teaches. You know what I mean? When you lay with that woman, that is your wife. It ain't no paperwork you need. When you do the deed of a man and a woman laying together, that's what constitutes a marriage.
Go ahead. Okay, Genesis verse 3, 45 verse 3. And Jokshan begat Shelah and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan were Asherim and Letashim and Lemim. Verse 4. And the sons of Midian, Ephah and Epher and Hanak and Abidah and Elda'ah. All these were the children of Keturah. Verse 5. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac.
Isaac was his favorite son. He was the chosen one. You know what I mean?
And verse 6. But unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived eastward unto the east coast. I mean, eastward unto the east country. Verse 7. And all these are the days of the years of Abraham's life, which he lived, and 160 years. 160, 75, yeah. 175, man.
Book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 8, in Hebrew. Wayagawai, Wayamath, Abraham, Basha Yabba, Tawaba, Zaquan, Washabai, Wayaasak, Al, Amiyawa, Wayakwa Barwa, Athwa, Yatazakwa, Wayasham Mai Allah, Banyawa, Al, My Ara, Hamak, Hala, Al, Shaddai, Aparam, Ban, Tazakar, Hakatya, Asherah, Al, Panya, Mamara, Hashadah, Asherah, Wana, Abraham, Ma'ath, Banyan, Kaf, Shamha, Babar, Abraham, Washarah, Ashathwa, verse 11. Wayahaya, Akarya, Mawaf, Abraham, Wayabarak, Alahayim, Ath, Yatazakwak, Banwa, Wayashab, Wayatazak, Ain, Ba'ar, Lakawat, Ra'awad, Shalakia, Ra'awya, verse 12. What? Wa'ala, Saladah, Washamai Allah, Ban, Abraham, Asherah, Waladah, Ibar, Shalakia, Habar, Hamatazar, Yah, Shapakat, Sharah, La'abraham, verse 13. Ya Allah, Wa Allah, Shamwath, Banyam, Yashamai Allah, Bashatam, Latawada, Thum, Bakwar, Washam, My Allah, Nabayath, Wakadar, Wa'ad Baal, Wama Basham, verse 14. Wama Shamai, Wada Ma, yeah. Wada ya Ma. Wamasha.
Okay, Genesis chapter 25 and verse 8. Then this range of Masha and Ma and Masa. Okay, Genesis chapter 25, verse 8. Then Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people.
If I may, we were gathered to his people. That right there means he went to go be with his forefathers, the people that passed before him. You know what I mean?
Right.
He went to go with them. So it says, full of years and gathered to his people. He died of ripe old age. And when he did, he joined his ancestors who had passed before him. Give me Genesis 15 and 15.
Genesis chapter 15, verse 15. And thou shalt go unto thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age.
That's a precept for that to let you know that you know what I mean. It's a beautiful when you do the work, the will of the when you're a man of the Most High, you know what I mean. You get these blessings, and it's you blessed to live a ripe old age and watch watch your family grow. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he died peacefully, man. He died. He was a happy brother. What more could he ask for? You know what I'm saying? And he laid down. He gave up the ghost and went to go be with his forefathers. You know what I mean? And he coming back again. You know what I'm saying? Coming back to do this work again. And because he was such a well-respected man by the Most High, you got to imagine what his return gonna be like, man. He gonna come back to another glorious brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who gonna raise him up to be even more of a warrior for the Most High than he was on this run, and he was a hell of a man on this run. So let's see, go ahead if you would.
Okay, verse 9. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the caves of Machpelah, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar the Hittite, which is before Mamre. Verse 10, the field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Heth. There was Abraham buried, and Sarah his wife.
Abraham was buried next to his wife, his first rib that he had that had fast. He got to lay with her. That's why he purchased that land. Remember back earlier in Genesis when he was purchasing that land from these cats, man, he wanted to make it his so him and his ribs could lay side by side.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, purchased the land. So when he did give up the ghost, they had somewhere.
They had
gathered to his people. Right.
Right. And therefore he wanted his people to be, you know what I mean? If they could be accounted for, to be laid there too. That would be the grounds for Abraham family right there.
Right.
It's like you go back in the days, people who had big lands and stuff, it was a graveyard in the back pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All this land, especially the Gadite brothers. You know what I mean? They'll fight to this day for that spot where their brothers is buried at. Don't cross that thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you got one treacherous people, one group of treacherous individuals who always want to test it, man.
Right.
But go ahead, though.
Verse 11, and it came to pass after the death of Abraham that God blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelt by the well Lahai. Verse 12, and these are the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar, the Egyptian, Sarah handmaid, bare unto Abraham. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael by their names, according to their generation. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nabajoth, and Kedar, and Adbeel, and Mibsam, verse 14, and Mishma, and Dumah, and Masa. Call the next priest. I will call the next priest. Amajim.
Priest, state your regiment.
Isupk Oakland, Ban Yahweh, Ban Yasharallah.
Isupk Oakland, Ban Yahweh, Ban Yasharallah.
Starting 15. All right. Genesis chapter 25 and verse 15 in the Hebrew. Kadad Wata Yama Yatawar Napa Yash Wakadama Allah Hum Banya Washama'al Wa Allah Shamath Baka Bakatazar Yahum Wabata Yarach. It's like Ratham. Not Yashama'ah 16 years. Wa Allah Shamakum Bakatazaria Wabata Taryar Thum Shanyam Ashar Nashaya La'amah Thum Wa Allah Shanya Kayaya Yashama'al Ma'ath Shana Washala Shayam Shana Washabai Shanyam Waya Gawai Waya Ma Waya Asa Al Amayawa. Verse 18. Waya Shakanya Slaki Waya Shakan Wa Mafwa Yala I Shawar Ashara Al Panya Ma Tazorium Ba Aka Ashara Ra Al Panya Ka Akayawa Nepal Tawala'ad Wa. Verse 19. Wa Allah Tawala'da Yatazak Pan Abraham Wawala Yad Af Yatazak. Verse 20. Wa Yahaya Yatazak Ban Raba'ayim Shana Bakwa the Wa Rabakwa Ba Batawal Ha'aram Yim Mapa Dan Aram Akawath Laban Ha Aramaya Lawa La Ashar Waya Tazak Ra Yatazak La Hawa La Nakak Ashatah Wa Kaya Aikwara Hawa Waya Ai Dar Lawa Yahawah Watahar Rabakwa Ashatawa.
Genesis 25 and 15, Hadar and Tema, Jetur, Napash, and Kadamah. Verse 16. And these are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names by their towns and by their castles. 12 prince according to their nation. Verse 17. And these are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years, and he gave up the ghost and died, and was gathered unto his people. Verse 18. And they dwelt from Havilah unto Shur, that is before Egypt, as thou goest toward Assyria, and he died in the presence of all his brethren. 19. And these are the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to his wife. And the daughters of Bethuel and Syrian and Padan Aram, the sister of Laban the Syrian. Verse 21, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived.
Right there when it says Isaac was entreated the Lord. He wouldn't entreated Yahweh. It means he went to him in a humble way. You know what I mean? He went to Yahweh, and Yahweh entreated him. Yahweh understood that this brother knew how to go about getting a blessing. You know what I mean? And that's by him going to the Most High. And he said, it said Rebekah was barren, so that's why he took that burden to the Most High instead of leaving that sister. And the Most High was proud of him for doing that. Instead of just walking away from her and giving up on her, he took it to the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He took that burden to the Most High, and the Most High showed him that once again, I can do all things, brother. Believe in me. Come to me. Ask me to make your rib fertile. That's exactly, he had been trying. You know what I mean? That brother was tying fire to this system. He was on there tying fire. Nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. He took it to the Most High. Man, he went up in there, you know what I mean? Tore the bedpost down again. Next thing you know, boy, it's happening. All because he believed in the Most High. He went up, he took them steps and took his burden to the Most High. And the Most High saw fit that his rib would conceive. Anybody got some more?
And so, like, the only point I gotta say is, well, just give it up for them, man, because they was 100 years old doing this. 96 years old, he was tying fire. He was 100 years old, handling his business.
You gotta be blessed.
Yeah, that's right. It's gotta be the Spirit of the Lord on Abraham. We the representation of that right now.
Right.
That's right. Cool. All right.
Okay.
Keep going, verse 20. All right. Wayetorah Tazawa Habanayim Bakoraba Wata Amar Kan Lama Za'ah Anakia Watalak Ladarash Yahweh. Verse 23. Wayamar Yahweh La'ah Shanya Gayayam Baka Salaki Baba Tanak Washanaya La Amaria Mama I Yak Yapar Dawa Walaam Malaam Yaamai Salaki Yaamataza Warab Abad Tazai Yar. Verse 24. Wayamalah Awa Yamya Laladath Wahana Bawaam Babatana. Verse 25. Wayataza Hara'a Sha 1. Adama Wanaya Kawa Ka'ada Rath Sha'ar Wayakwa Wa Shamawa Aishawa. Verse 26. Wayatha Raya Khan Yataza Akayawa Wayadawa Akazah Aikwa Aishawa Wayakwara Shemwa Yatazakab Waya Tazak Ban Shashayam Shana Baladath Atam. Verse 27, Waya Gadal Wa Hana Iram Yum Waya Haya Aishawa Ayash Yadai Tazayad Ayash Shada'ah Waya Tazab, so like Waya Tazak Kab Asha Ayasha, how you say? Waya Iquab, so like the water. Ayash Thumb Yashab Alahayim, no. Halayam. That's it. How do I go through 28? 22. I go through 28 now. Yeah, I go through 28 here. Verse 28. Waya Ahab Yatazak Ath Aishawa Kaya Tazayad Bapa Yawa Waya Rabaka Ahabath Ath Yatazakwab. All right. Yeah, stop it.
So it's saying it's 29.
Stop it.
Okay, Genesis 25 and 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
If I may, what that's saying right there is that Rebecca was having real complications with this pregnancy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Man, this pregnancy was wearing her out. It was wearing her out, kicking her butt, man. So much she had to go take this to the Most High. You know what I mean? Like I done seen women. Right, I done seen when they're pregnant before. It didn't look like they was going through what I was going through. You know what I mean? Right. Mm-hmm. So we about to find out why.
Verse 23, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
2 what?
2 nations.
2 nations. Nations are race, a group of people, yeah, a race of people. You got 2 people in you that's about to start a whole nother race. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 different races inside of you. You got one that's going to be of the bloodline, that's of the people. You got one that's of a whole nother manner. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
And 2 manners of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
2 manner of people. So when they come out, you will have. What you gonna have? What's Israel at the top? But you're gonna have Israelite, and then you're gonna have another nation that comes out of there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Everybody knows black people strongest people on the planet, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? One gonna be stronger than the other one. Go ahead.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the oldest supposed to serve the younger one. Let's find out who the older one is. It tells you the older one is going to serve the youngest one. Let's see who came out first.
And when her days, verse 24, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there was twins in her womb. Verse 25, and the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
And they called his name what?
Esau.
He came out when?
First.
He came out first. So we just brought out the elder, the first one is supposed to serve the second one. Let's get it to the second one.
And after that came his brother out.
And his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob.
His name was called Jacob. Jacob was the youngest child. Jacob is the father of Israel. You know what I mean? He's the man that got Israelites started. He changed his name. Wait. No.
Angels trying to change his name.
Right. Yeah, he treated the angels and he got his name changed, man. To Israel. That's the father of the Israelites.
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that we stand out on the corner and cry loud to and put our life on the line for. You know what I mean? I never understood what it meant when you say you would die for these people. When we stand on that damn corner, that's exactly what we declare. We'll die for our people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We'll die for Israel, for the bloodline of Jacob. Go ahead.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Verse 27, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Esau was a cunning hunter, just like he is now. That boy lay out in the middle of the desert for hours, man, waiting for a scorpion to pass by and see if he can pluck it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just laying there, that's a sport to him, man, to kill something. Killing is a sport.
Right. So like if I may. And also, when it comes to dealing with Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, Esau is a cunning hunter amongst our people and our nations.
Exactly.
And when you think of, I was telling brothers, the Black Lives Matter movement, you seeing these Edomites, these devils with these Black Lives Matter shirts on and Black Lives Matter in front of their house, that's a cunning hunter. Why does a hunter wear camouflage when he goes to go kill a deer?
Right. So he can blend in.
So he can blend in. To do what?
To murder, to kill.
Exactly. If he came out looking like the enemy, guns blazing, he ain't gonna catch nothing.
With the KKK suit on.
Yeah, exactly. He ain't gonna get us.
He ain't gonna get through the door.
Exactly. But he put on that shirt, and that's why I'm telling brothers, I know it's real white supremacists. They all white supremacists, goddammit.
Right.
But there's real ones that's trying to harm Black people for show, physically, straight up. And they going amongst these crowds and these protests and really, you know what I mean, getting ready to do some things. So that's all I had to say on that. It's that cunning hunter.
Right.
Yeah. Esau, he liked to be out in the fields, like you said. He liked to lay out there, you know what I'm saying, and just to be out there, just just like that's like almost like heaven to him, you know.
Right. He get a chance to kill something.
Right. Get a chance to kill something. He'll be out there day and night, and you know what I'm saying, and put on any kind of thing that's gonna get him advantage, of somebody in the field, something in the field, you know what I'm saying? So, want to bring that out.
And if I may real quick, they have no purpose for killing either, man. If a brother go out and kill something, man, you're not gonna just go out there and shoot no deer for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no trophy deer. I need dinner. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm finna eat this, man. Right. I need that deer out there to continue to do what he's doing. Bring forth some more little deers. I don't need his head on the wall for a trophy. I need his ass on my table for some nourishment for my family. That's about it. I'll take one. You don't take 15, 16, you know what I'm saying? Shoot all the big fellas and everything. Everybody know you need that dude out there. But now they gonna strike him down, man, for the sport.
Right.
And that's how they treat us out in the street. Right. Like we bucks, you know what I mean? Like we deers. They lay wait and setting traps for us. It's like that y'all saw that thing on Facebook where the brothers, I ain't even resisting recording the dude said, I'm about to kick your ass all on camera.
Yeah.
I'm about to whoop your ass.
I said, watch this, huh?
But watch this, before God and everything, man. He made a decree that I'm about to fuck you up, homie. Right. Locky, you know what I mean?
Right.
It ain't nothing that camera can do for you. Ain't nothing that's how they feel when we out in the street. He felt that, hey, I'm on camera. This camera about to bear witness to me whooping your ass, and there ain't nothing that's gonna be done about it. Now, when you report this to my captain, I bet you I'll be back at work tomorrow. He had to feel like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
In order for him to keep that going, he had to feel like, dude, I'm gonna be back at work tomorrow. That's a slap on the wrist. Right.
You're gonna be damn near dead when I'm done with you.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
If I may, we love being out in the field so much, you know what I'm saying? Here, just like now, you know, all the animals are being extinct because they just love being right. Hunters, you know what I'm saying? Right. They kill the last white rhino, you know, kill the last, you know what I'm saying, a tiger or something, you know what I'm saying? White tigers, you know what I'm saying? They're just for sport, you know, it's for the kill, just for the kill. Ain't no purpose, it's just for the kill.
What was that one thing, the Bengal wolf or something? You see that thing? They got the last one in the 60s walking around a cage. Tasmanian wolf or something like that. Tasmanian tiger, I think it was. He just pacing around in the cage because he trapped. You know what I'm saying? And they making a sport out of it. He the last one and they got him trapped. So and that's how they want us, man. Just like, hey, if I made that movie that the brothers had brought it out about Shaka Zulu.
Okay.
When he's that white dude, like you say, this been a hidden gem. That's why pork is so plentiful, man. They want you to sin. They don't want you to get into the kingdom. That brother said, "What do you know about Shaka?" You know what I mean? And all those brothers in there just don't say that word. You know what I mean? The Shaka was out there rounding them up and everything, and killing them. He was head hunting, man. He was head hunting. And he said, these people that you have right here, who probably not going to make it to the land that you're taking them to because they're already suffering from disease and their spirits is low. You know what I mean? They're damn near dead right now. He said, these people are amongst the cursed, and they are the wandering Jews. You know what I mean? They're the wandering Jews in Africa. You know what I mean?
Right.
Who just so happened, and they've been fleeing. They're fleeing from Shaka into the hands of the white man, you know what I mean? Who's setting up traps and snares.
Right.
For us, just like we bring out every damn day, he's setting up traps for us. So when they fleeing from this man, he run right to us. We ain't even got to do a whole lot, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
and just one real quick, so like, if I may, just what you brought out so heavy made me think of something like in the movies, the arch nemesis always be close to the hero. Like in Darth Vader was his father. You know what I mean? It's always somebody that's close to you and then y'all come apart. It's like they were brothers, but we are enemies to the end of this thing. You know what I mean? It's just amazing how they shared the same womb. And now we are just completely at war. You know what I mean? So that's just everything.
And with that being said, it's always a respect. Is one mother don't respect nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you have to cut ties with him. Right. You love him like this. You love the brother, but you understand, man. Dealing with this brother gonna get me put to death. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Genesis 25 and 27. A man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in the tents. Verse 28, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of the venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob.
And the father loved the fact that he had a son that could go out and bring back spoils. You know what I mean?
Right.
He loved that. He loved that shit. He ain't had no compassion about nothing. But he loved that. His mother loved Jacob because he had compassion. You know what I'm saying? He was a wise brother. He didn't just kick back and go do any and all sorts of things. You know what I mean? He was a check. That's us? Okay. Yeah, so with that being said, you know what I mean? She loved him. And
that's a lot. All right, that being said, you want to get with the prayers again. Men of Israel, Amazum.
The wine, sir. You didn't want. La Yashala.
Well, we're going to
We're putting Aqua down. We're going to turn to the east. Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwatka. Watazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratazah. Hayah. Hashemayim. Nathalah. Come. Kalyawam. Wasalak now. Kabawak now. Kasalak now. Wala. Kabiyai now. On the side one. Ball. Awashai now. Mayan. Right. Kayalaka. Amalakwa. Wala. Wahatapara. The eye will on you. Amen. In English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Have the power. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Baba Kusha. Nathalah now. Hakak. La Rapa'ah. Kal Makalah. Wakal Madawam. Hakak. Latahar. Matazarian. Hakak. Lahaklian. Mahathian. Hakak. Arakawah. Hamata'ala. Lagarshan. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Wa'alaman. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. Cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it. I'm going to bless Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Barak now. Wayasharala. Wayabayas. Saparium. Barak. Rapa'ah. Magan. Hagan.
The Williams family. The Hopkins family. Oh yeah, exactly.
Hashem Yahushua. The water. In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect.
The Williams family. The Hopkins family. The Harper family. The LeBeau family. The Hayes family. Cheyenne. Kalea.
The Warren family. The Price family. The Taylor family. That's it. The Thompson family. The Gibbs family. The Harris family. All the brothers and sisters in the Isupk in Israel.
The house of Ahmad. And all of Israel.
In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. All right, so verse 21. Aisha, Ayanya, Ahahariam, Mahayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'an, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yatan, Mamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarika, Anah, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamarika, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamika, Yamawam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka,
Why you rock?
Why you rock?
Bala Yala. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarika. Somebody. Yashamarika. Mikhail Rai. Yashamar. Afnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza Oscar. Wawa Oscar. Ice. Awalam.
In English. I will lift up my eyes. Unto the hill. From which cometh my help. My help coming from your house. Which made heaven and earth. You will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee. Will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel. Shall neither slumber nor sleep.